Yo. Welcome to a new episode of Positive Vibes, maybe PVM, the talk show. I'm your host, Dante Smith. Just dealing with some technical difficulties from IG. Thank you for that, IG, but we bound. So, with that said, we got a special guest tonight, G. War, coming on to talk about his music. So, guys, as I post up this topic, what's the vibes for Sunday night? Eagles won. So City of Philadelphia, we up 3-0 in the division. Feeling real good, real ecstatic about that. Also, shout out to the NFL for bringing Jay-Z on board, and upping the ante of the halftime performances. Like last year we had Kendrick, Dre, Snoop, 50, and Mary. This year we got Rihanna. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Especially as a fan of hers. I'm definitely looking forward to that. So I got that cutting out. Okay. It's going to be one of those nights with the technical difficulties. I see you, Insta. I see you, technology. Trying it. But we still going to prosper. So, hello. So, we already got our special guest up in here. We're going to post this title, and then I'm going to bring our guests up in here, and we'll start tonight's conversation, guys. And for those that were just in the room, and to those just entering the room, thank y'all for tuning in. Kicking y'all Sunday off with the fam. How you living, cuz?
What's good?
I'm chilling. How you feeling?
Cool. I can't complain. I'm at a little family function.
Okay.
Eating. We celebrating this Eagles win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. We 3-0 in the division. Feeling good, feeling real good.
Real good.
You know, Devontae Smith representing the Smith name strongly out
Yeah.
there today.
In the words of Ice Cube, today was a good day.
Right? Didn't even have to use the AK. Didn't even have to. Oh man. So, cause I want to thank you first for coming up on here, and I wanted to have you up on here because, not only are you my family, but also I'm a fan of your music. And I also, as a fan, I also want to put people onto your music, and I feel like you're one of the few artists that I listen to nowadays that actually have a message and what they say in their music. And that's important for me because I'm a storyteller. I like stories when I listen to my music. I like to hear someone's journey, what they're going through, what they're processing through. And you're someone like I've noticed like throughout the years the progression in your music has changed and evolved as you've evolved as a person. And you've always been able to sprinkle in like what's going on in your real life. So I've always appreciated that as a listener because like it helps me as I process and I go through my own shit. Like when you hear someone going through their own stuff, kind of give you perspectives on different lives. So I want PVM, to, get to know you completely, from beginning to now. So we're gonna start off early with some of the questions and then work our way up to more questions that are prevalent to nowadays, you know. But my first question to you to begin this whole conversation is what inspired the passion for music for you? Like where was that itch to perform or to create born? And how was it?
It came from pretty much trying to find who I was as a person. I feel like when you're young, you figure out what you like, and what you like pretty much molds you as a person. So for me, for the most part, what I loved and what I liked was hooping and making music, rapping. So right off the bat, that was my whole personality or who I was as a person was formed around that, doing music and basketball. So growing up, I always had a basketball in my hand. I was always had my ear to the streets on what's going on in the music world and in hip hop. And it was just a matter of time before I started picking up that pen and start rhyming.
All right. So what made you pick up the pen and put down the basketball? Like what was it about rap that called you?
Oh, don't get it twisted. I still got that ball in my hand. Don't see y'all can't see me. Don't get it twisted. I'm still hooping out here. I still get shitted on. You know what I mean? But I picked up the pen because I felt like I could do it better than some of these people I was listening to. A lot of times you critique certain people on what they're doing or whatever the case may be, whether it be a movie or how they sing or whatever the case may be. You critique people on their everyday life, and if you feel like you can't do it, then there's only so much you can say. So my homies was like, "You always saying you can do this, that, and the third better. Why don't you try doing it?" I was like, "All right." And I started doing it, and they
Right.
was just like, "All right, well, yeah, you are, you nice." You know what I mean?
All right. So, did you start off as a battle rapper, or were you first like introduced into like songwriting? Was that like your niche from the start?
I think everyone started off from Philly, kind of in the battle rap area, because we came up listening to Headshot and all them rap DVDs. I mean, everybody came up. That's what we listened to, and on there, they was going in. But for the most part, I was never really a battle rap type boy. I mean, because I was a little bit more flashy. My first album I ever bought was Mason Harlem World,
Oh, okay.
and
Shout out.
I feel like that kind of molded my personality as an MC, as an artist. I mean, for the most part, Mason was, I mean, don't fuck with me. I take your bitch. But I mean, you don't want these hands free. You don't want this work in the street, none of that. But that's pretty much how I was molded for the most part. Listen to that, and I mean, the hip hop from the rap DVDs grew up on Meek. I mean, Hattie. So all that was sprinkled in. I mean,
Yeah, I can definitely dig. What? So, was Mace one of your musical influences as well?
definitely, definitely. Harlem World was a classic album. He came with the bars all crazy. Definitely, definitely.
And who were your other influences? Like, who else did you like either pull from or
Of course, I'm pretty
inspired?
sure you remember from our last interview. It's definitely Biggie.
Yeah.
Biggie was the first artist I ever heard rap, and I was just like, I wouldn't have changed nothing. That whole shit was perfect. Everything was just perfect. I couldn't critique nothing with Biggie. I was like, that shit is perfect. And he was the first artist I ever really listened to and be like, yo, that shit is perfect. I wouldn't change nothing. Crazy. So yeah, it was Biggie, and then later on it was Drake, because Drake introduced singing into the book. Before that, for the most part, niggas wasn't singing on these rap tracks like that. Not them singing, but they didn't sing and then start rapping. That wasn't a thing. So Drake made that popular. He got me. That kind of inspired me to actually start utilizing my voice too.
Right. And have you how have you like that transition? Like as you started singing on more tracks, like do you enjoy it more? Do you feel like it's like something that you just do just because that's the wave nowadays, and you prefer the more rap? Like how do you feel about it overall?
About singing,
Yeah.
well, for the most part, I kind of felt bad from singing a little bit. I'll sing a little bit here and there, but for the most part, I kind of felt bad from it.
Well, what made you fall back from it?
Um, I figured I'd let the professionals do it. I figured I'd let the professionals do it. So if I need something sung, I'm reaching out to an R&B artist that really do this. I don't want to play around with it. So when I'm giving you this music, it'll sound good with me on it, but it'll sound even better with someone who this is what they do. They sing. You know what I mean?
No, that's real. That's real.
Yeah.
The singer slash rap combo is Mr. Hip Hop. You know, like that used to be a real big thing in the '90s that I love. Like you always get your flyest rapper with a fly singer, make a classic tune, and we get the rapper singing over it. Don't always sound as good as it could sound, but
Yeah.
you know, I guess it pacifies for today's taste.
Yeah.
So what made you fall in love with hip hop? Necessarily like
Man.
what about rap that called you? Like it's one thing to be attracted to music, but what was it about rap and hip hop specifically that made you want to be like, okay, this is where I want to, this is where I want to create.
Man. What was it about hip hop that made me fall in love with it? That's a good question. That's a good question. I think it was because as a black man in general, growing up in America, we don't really have a culture. The culture was stripped from us because we came from Africa. So our culture that we know, we don't really know our culture. The culture that was created for us was hip hop. So because of that, you were groomed into it. You were groomed to love it. And it was so exciting and amazing. And it took all these other amazing songs, the R&B songs, and flipped it and allowed people to lay down their poetry. It was too amazing for me to not to join it. It was too much of a movement, such excitement to it that you had to join it. So growing up, that's my culture. It still is my culture. A lot of people say they do hip hop, but most black people, we are hip hop. It's our culture, who we know. You know what I mean? Most we don't know where we came from in Africa, but we know hip hop.
Yeah.
We can
You
tell you
know,
where Biggie from. We can tell you where Jay from. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop is the culture. So I had no other choice but to fall in love with this shit. Because it's who I am. It's who we are.
man, no, you're not lying about that. It definitely is. It's dripping in the blood. Right. So take it. All right. So as you started coming up and you started creating songs and everything, that first performance that you had and starting to perform with people, how was that for you? Like, what was that feeling like when you first stepped on the stage in front of other people and you shared your talent with the world? Like, what was your mindset going into it and your approach going into it?
Say it again. Ask that again. What was my mindset going to what? The first time
Oh yeah, the first time
performing?
you did a performance. Yeah.
Oh man.
What were
First
you
time I did a
thinking?
performance, I was a nervous, quivering, shaking bitch out this time. Really going on stage. And when I got on stage, all that shit went away. Because I knew the music that I was doing was dope and I knew people was gonna feel it. So when I was on the stage, that was something totally different. I still get that way. I'm very nervous and shook up a little bit before I go on stage. And when I go on stage, calm.
Okay.
It feels like it's exactly what I'm supposed to be. And I have the utmost I have the utmost confidence in my music. Because I don't be writing bullshit. Them
No,
people
you
that be writing bullshit, they get on stage, they be a little shaky because they know they writing bullshit. But I know when I get on stage, I'm gonna do my thing. I know they're gonna feel it. I've never got on stage, performed, and people have been like, "Nah, that wasn't it." When I get off stage, I get a lot of handshakes, a lot of teeth and palms. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, I can really dig
No
that.
doubt.
So getting into your lyrics, like you get deep on a lot of tracks. It was a lot of tracks off your last project, the introduction, that stood out to me. Like, well, the whole project, I should say, really was a hit. You know, but it was a lot. It was a couple tracks that stood out to me more so than others. And one of them, you had a young lady singing on it, and you was talking. It was "Back to Life" was the name of the song.
Shout out
Yeah.
Lil Simone. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So can you tell me about the creation process and what inspired that song in particularly, like, and the lyrics, like, and how important they were to you and why,
I was
each
listening
lyric
to
was.
Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu inspired that vibe. I think I was listening to Apple Tree. I might have been listening to Apple Tree by Erykah Badu, and I wanted that vibe. I wanted something like that, something that Erykah Badu vibe, because Erykah is like beautiful and perfect with laying out that type of vibe and making you think. It wasn't just a song; it's really making you think. It's laying down, you know what I mean, your life, what's going on. So the whole song was pretty much about coping with life as a black man. You know what I mean? You got your family, you got your homies, you got your girl, music, whatever you love, that's generally how you cope with life. And you can tell in the hook goes, nobody really knows all the shit that you go through. They only see what you show them. And I feel like us black men in general, we could be set on fire still looking at you like, look, we cool, everything cool. You know what I mean? Everything around me is on fire, but I'm over here like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, and that's a feeling that so many people understand and vibe with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's all too real. That's all too real. So, Describe your writing process for me. Like, walk me through your writing process. Like, how do you go from concept of idea of song to creation of song? Like, whether that's thinking of the beat, the lyrics, like, how does that whole process work for you?
Well, first and foremost, my process starts with beats. Yeah, I mean, shout out Flexico. I know he was on here. Um, shout out Ulysses. Shout out Brand on the beat. You know what I mean? Shout out IDB. It starts with the beat, with the instrumental. And the beat or the instrumental tells you what the song is about. You just listening to the song, and it's pretty much, I'm pretty much an archaeologist to the beat. I'm chiseling what the song is. It's already in there. I'm just chiseling that shit out. You know what I mean? The song, when you listen to the beat, it'll tell you exactly what the song is about, what you're feeling, and you write from them emotions. And it's as simple as that. It could be hard to chisel this shit out, or it could be easy. I've written songs in 15 minutes, and it took me like a couple days to write one. So it really depends on the beat.
Okay. Is it like ever instance where it's like because of the song that you're taking distance? Like maybe a song might require you to be more vulnerable than others, so that might require the writing process to last out longer.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, most definitely. When it comes to like them braggadocious beats and shit like that, them type of vibes where I'm just talking my shit, that's very easy. That's very easy. But when it comes from like a deeper place and shit, when it comes from emotion, like my song I wrote about my mother, or a song I write about my wife, I'm about to get married. I mean, these songs that come from a deeper place is harder to do. The hardest song I ever had to write was the song I wrote about my mother and her passing. And that was the hardest song I ever had to write. That song took me a week. It didn't take me a week because it was hard to get it out. It took me a week because I was like running from it. It's a hard emotion to go through. Like the paper I was writing on definitely had tear stains as I'm writing that shit. That's a hard thing to do when you take those type of emotions and put it together in artistic fashion. So yeah, definitely, definitely telling people to definitely go listen to the song I wrote about my mother called "More Time," because that's definitely how I was feeling
That's
at the
one of my
time.
favorite songs on there. Yeah.
Yeah,
So how are you coping with that? Like how are you feeling like mentally, like and dealing with it day by day?
bruh, you can't. There's no such thing as coping with it. It's just a bunch of weight, and you get used to walking with it. You know what I mean? You get stronger. It's just a bunch of weight on your chest, and you get used to walking with it. Nobody ever has gotten over their mother passing. It's just a bunch of weight, and you get used to dealing with that shit. Real talk.
So like when you're writing songs about her, like are you do the memories are they more like pleasant memories or is it like a mixture of good, bad, or is it just like it's whatever you're feeling at the time, you just can't really control it?
Um, Once again, the beat tells you what to write. So when I heard that beat, I wasn't in my head like, yo, I'm about to go write this song about my mom. Let me go look at this beat. I heard the beat. I tried to come up with something else. And the beat was like, nah, nigga, you know what you're supposed to write on this. So I mean, you had to write it. It's simple as that.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your future Mrs. Wife, your future wife right now. Like let's lighten things up. So what about her? Well, what makes her so special that you want to get married? Because first you don't run across too many men our age that's looking forward to jumping the broom at such a young age. So what was it about her that just made you be like, you know what? I like her. I like her enough to put a ring on it. Not just to keep her around.
um, I'm building. I'm building the empire. I'm trying to be first generation millionaire. Knowing that the person I have by my side needs to either make me better, make me smarter. She has to give something. She has to be able to pass me these bricks for this empire I'm trying to build. And there's so many women who can't do that. As weird as that sounds, There's so many women who can't do that. There's a lot of women who are princesses. I can't deal with a princess. I need a queen if I'm trying to marry. And when you find that person, you have no other choice but you have to wife her. You know what it is. My father told me the one that's meant for you, she comes when you don't want her to come. When you having a ball out here. So she came, and I wasn't about to let her leave out of my life because she made everything so much easier for me. You know what I mean? She kept me focused, keep me right, give me what I need. So it was no brainer. When you find that person, it is what it is.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I can dig that. So how has she influenced your music? You know,
Oh, you heard uh uh um cause she inspired my first love song. She inspired my first love song. What's the
is
name of
that
my
the
song?
one with Nadira?
Huh?
That's the one with Nadira, or
No.
that's the
That's Grown Me on that. I'm actually singing on that one. I'm actually
um.
singing on that one. That's
I know
I'm
which
drawing a
one you're
blank
talking
right
about.
now.
Yeah, I just drawn a blank on the name, but I know what you're talking about though.
I can't believe I'm drawing a blank right now.
But it's also the introduction album, guys. Like it's definitely a hit.
That's my baby.
Yes, yes.
There you go. I was drawing a blank, but that was my first ever actual love song. I wrote songs for women before, but in order to write about an emotion, you need to have experienced it. You can't. I don't know who out here writing love songs and they've never been in love. That shit gonna sound weird as hell.
Yeah,
You don't know what it's like, so how you writing from it? And once I felt that for the first time, once again, I heard the beat.
you knew what
He
to
was
pick.
like, "You know what you're supposed to be writing," and I wrote it.
Tell me about her reaction when you first played it for her.
Oh man,
And how did you first play it for her? Like, what did you set it up for her, or was it more so just like, come listen to this thing?
oh yeah. No, yeah. I definitely set it up. I was at the car when I picked her up, and I played it for her. I can't just drop the song, and she just like, "Is this song about me?" It's too many obvious. You know what I mean? So she got in the car, and I was like, "Look, I wrote this song. It's about you." She's like, "It's about me. You ain't out here." I was like, "It's about you." I played it for her. She started crying
Oh,
because she understood everything that I was saying and where I was coming from. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it was super easy.
I can definitely dig that. I love that. So let's talk about the new project now. You know, Smoke
Woo!
Talk.
Smoke talk.
Yeah. So first, what inspired you to want to do Smoke Talk, and also, did you feel added pressure for what creating Smoke Talk because of how good the reviews were from your last project?
Nah, this shit is easy for me. Um, this shit is easy. This music is easy for me. So Smoke Talk came about. I was inspired by Reggie Rosales. Shout out Reggie. Yeah, I mean, he's from Badlands in Philly. He dropped the EP called I think it's Coffee Days, and the EP was dope. And I was just like, man, I haven't dropped some music in a minute. I need to drop some music because I've just been dropping singles. I was like, I don't want to drop a single. I'm gonna do an EP. So I literally, really just went to my library, seen the music I had, and put it together.
Oh,
It was literally music that was just sitting. It was music that was just sitting, and I knew the vibe of each song, and I knew what the vibe that I wanted for the EP. So the EP is called Smoke Talk because I seen something when I was on my drive when I was driving. I was trying to come up with the name for the EP. I was driving around and I seen a group of niggas, a group of boys driving around, you know, just laughing and joking or whatever, passing the weed back and forth in the car and shit like that. Just having a good time living their life. You know what I mean? And you know those vibes when you chilling with your homies or whatever the case may be, y'all just vibe and it's
yeah.
music in the background. I wanted my music to be that. It's Smoke Talk. When you out with your homies, you know what I mean? You only listen to certain shit when you with your homies.
Yeah.
You ain't listening to a bunch of deep thought, crazy, you know what I mean? You want to vibe. You want some shit. So that's where the name Smoke Talk came from.
Okay, the playlist for the homies. I could dig that. I could definitely dig that. You
You ain't got
sound like.
you ain't got to think about what y'all listen to. Put the EP on front to back.
So, do you have any upcoming, any new music that's coming at the end? Any more music that's coming out towards the end of this year or early next year? Or are we sitting on the EP for the rest of the year?
I honestly don't have an answer for that. To be honest with
Okay.
you. Right now, I was going to release another EP in November,
Mhm.
but I'm trying to figure out what exactly it is that I'm doing. I might do a video to every song on the EP and push that for the rest of the year. There will be some singles. I'm also working on something else under wraps with my homie O3.
No.
But for the most part, I can't even give you a solid answer on that.
Oh, that's okay.
There's no videos coming. Some more
No.
visuals is definitely coming.
Okay. Is that
Yeah,
Is that like a goal of yours to have like more visuals? Just
definitely,
over.
definitely. Right now, I think I got like maybe 5 or 6 visuals on my YouTube page. Make sure y'all check out my YouTube page too. G Dot Water. G. There's a dot. WARR. G Dot Water. So there's a bunch of videos on there. A video for Squad with lights featuring Santos. Video for Show Me Love with Infamous Crime Style. Video for Cold Blow off of my album Last Introduction. There's a lot on there.
Oh, I did that. So, how's the collaboration process? Like, how are you when it comes to collaborating? Are you just specifically working with people that you know have a good repertoire of talent, or is it people that you already have previous relationships established with? Like, walk me through that process, and even the recording process that you do with them. Like, is it together, or are you like sending tracks back and forth?
Mm. Mm. That process is a little different. It's weird. It's back and forth. I met somebody on Instagram. We vibe. They like, yo, I like your music. You like I mean, y'all like the music. Yo, let's do something. That type of vibe. Or it could be me floating around and my homies just like, yeah, he rap too. Oh, yeah. Do some music, you know what I mean? But it's never just like, it's never been, yo, let's meet up and do some music. We meet up and choose everything. For the most part, I generally have the beat already, have the hook already. I pretty much map out everything. It's like, yo, this is all you got to do. Is do you. And it'll be
Just don't
fire.
mess
All you got to do is
up.
do you. So every feature I've gotten on or gotten, for the most part, I've mapped out everything, and they just hopped on and did their thing. I just made sure they did their thing. You know what I mean? I made sure I never hopped on anything with somebody that I felt like was going, you know what I mean, spit that shit. No doubt.
Are you ever hesitant about that? Like, ever concerned like somebody might outdo you on their track, or is that just like your competitive juice is just like I want them to bring their A game?
Yes, pretty
Yeah.
much. First of all, if you rap better than me, I'm already gonna spit some shit. So if you do it better than me, the single was hot. The single was hot. I'm already gonna do my thing. So if you come harder than me, the single was hot. I'm glad you did. But I don't know if that happens too many times.
I like that. I like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what I
So
mean?
how?
The same example of that is Benny the Butcher on Johnny P's Caddy with him and J. Cole.
Oh yeah, I love that song. But Cole was ripping that thing.
Cole was wrecking it. But it
Yeah.
wasn't like Benny was no slouch neither. So automatically that shit is fire. It's a hit. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? So if you come on my track talking about something, I'm about to body him. That's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
Try. You know what I mean? Get on the drum. Now we got a hit.
I can definitely dig that. How are you managing pursuing your career goals and relationship? Like, how are the two intertwining where you're like finding peace and time for both and for
That's
yourself?
that's why I was telling you earlier, man. When you find that queen that makes things easier for you
Mhm.
and makes life better,
She gonna
Like
make it work.
she's around. Exactly. It was very simple. She understood everything. She understood the talent that I have, and she adapted to it. You know what I mean? And it was pretty much seamless. It was pretty much effortless. I make sure I make time for it, and when I'm not on my shit, she makes sure I get back on my shit.
Mm. No, that's good. You need somebody to hold you accountable for yourself.
That's
Like
right. Definitely.
somebody that's gonna push you, have your back, make sure yeah, you need that. Shit, that's what we all looking for in a queen.
No doubt.
So we're wrapping up now because we're coming up on the 8 o'clock hour mark where we wrap up. But before we get out of here, we do this thing where you leave lasting words. But I want you for this episode to kind of tell us why everyone should tune in to Smoke Talk and why they should follow you and be interested in your career evolution.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, you know what I mean? Word of mouth is the best advertisement you can get. And everybody been coming back and texting me saying I was 5 for 5 on this EP. Nothing but fire. Nothing but fire. Everybody, y'all, we constantly out here looking for new music and new artists because a lot of people just hop on these tracks and just make the dumbest shit ever. And think because the beat is hot, it's supposed to be cool, but I'm giving you good music out here. Like Kanye West, good music. I'm giving you great music out here. So if you want good music, come spark up and listen. Come listen to Smoke Talk. You know what I mean? And all the shit I got, the last introductions, I got a lot of stuff out here. If you want to looking for a new artist that you want to fuck with the lyrics as well as the beats, the songs, not just the beats. You know what I mean? Come check out G Wolf.
That's real talk.
Real
Guys,
talk.
definitely tap in. But I do have one last question before we get out of here. What's your favorite song that you have created thus far?
Favorite song?
Or your most memorable song to you?
Hmm. That's a good question. Most memorable song to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I have. I don't think I've accomplished that yet. I got a lot of great music, but I don't think I've accomplished that yet. I think it's coming,
Yeah.
and I got a
No,
lot of great music. I don't think I've accomplished that yet. The song. I think I've gotten close to it. I got a lot of songs I love. Show Me Love, That's My Baby, Squad, No Escape. I got a lot of songs I love, but that song that I'm just like, this is the greatest song I ever did. I don't think I've accomplished that yet.
I like that though. I
Yeah.
actually like
Yep.
that though because that
The
means
best is yet to come.
exactly. So, God, I do have one. I know I just said twice that I had two last questions, but I have this is the final question now. Like,
Okay.
so what's the one thing you've always wanted to be asked during an interview that no one has ever asked you?
Hmm.
And this
Well,
doesn't necessarily have to be music related. It's just anything you wish someone would have ever asked you during any interview you ever been on that no one has ever taken the time to ask you. Like, you ever had a moment where you just like, you know what, y'all should be asking about this, but okay. Like,
um, I don't know. I don't think everybody's asking me everything for the most part. You know what I mean? I haven't been asked who I'm listening to currently. Um, maybe that's a good question.
all right.
That
Well, who
kind of
are
thing.
you listening to?
So currently, I'm out here vibing to Griselda. Yeah, I mean Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, West Side Gun. Yeah, I mean
Love them all.
Moneybag Yo, Future always waiting for Meek to drop some more music. Uh, Gunna.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean Free Gunna, Free Cuts,
Yeah, free YSL.
Free YSL. Um, who else I'm out here listening to? Core got just dropped a new new joint from Core out here. He doing something crazy. I'm listening to Lights. That's about it. Other than that, I listen to old school shit here and there. Listen to my R&B. You know what I mean?
Okay.
When I rap. But that's what
What
I'm listening
R&B artists do you gravitate towards?
to. Who? What R&B artist?
Yeah.
Um, so I'm more attracted to voices,
Okay.
to vocals. My favorite R&B singer right now has to be Janae Aiko.
Oh, okay.
Her voice is the key to everything. Like she could calm the seven seas for a boy. Other than that, there's a girl called Larissa Lambert, white
Heard
girl,
of her.
crazy soulful. She's dope. Um, it's another R&B artist I just found yesterday. I can't remember his name. But other than him, Blast, I'm really rocking
I'm
with
a
him.
fan of
On the
Blast,
college,
yeah.
yeah, he's dope. Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to I think it's Jason Lattimore.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
Real soulful dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He got a song called Mutual. I hope I'm not butchering this shit. He got a song called Mutual. That song is fire.
Okay.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
have to look out for that.
I generally find these new R&B artists, new music when I put the playlist on. Yeah, I mean, me and my shorty go to work.
Mhm.
Put the playlist on. You hear some shit like, oh, I gotta remember that later. Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, that's real talk. That's real talk. That's the best way to find new music for us through the playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for coming up here and doing this episode with me. Definitely appreciate
Appreciate it, bro. You see, quarterback here. If anybody wants to smoke,
it.
holler at me.
Come get that real smoke.
Get that real smoke. Smoke talk. This is real smoke talk out here.
Oh, guys, this has been another episode of Positive Vibes, maybe PVM the Talk Show. New episodes. Wait, first follow us on YouTube, at Positive Vibes maybe, to stay up to date on new and past, present episodes. Also, make sure you guys follow Flyer Mile Catering so you can stay up to date with the new menu that's coming out, as well as ordering a smoothie, you know. And guys, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to G.War.
You
And
got war back.
before I let you out of here, with the NBA season starting up, and I know you're a basketball fan, you know, who we liking for the playoffs, East, West, and
Well,
give me,
first and foremost, I bleed Sixers. So I'm a
yeah.
Sixers fan to the death. First and foremost. After the Sixers, I don't really care. I'm a Sixers fan. But fuck all them niggas. You know what it is. We rocking. Harden getting his weight back in check. Maxie up. He leveling up again. You know what it is. Sixers for life.
That's real talk. That's real talk. And I'm going to ask you one more basketball question, only because it's going on today. How you feel about the Celtics situation? With the coach, Nia Long, the whole girl situation.
I don't have all the facts. I thought I understood it, but
Mhm.
Matt Barnes and him calling his statement back, and Matt Barnes is extreme as shit. We know how Matt Barnes is. This nigga drove
Yeah,
a bunch of miles to give a nigga a fade. If he say you was wilding,
he was wild.
he's wilding. So I'm not saying nothing about that. You know what I mean? I don't even know.
I feel you. That's exactly how I felt. I was just like, yeah. I mean,
If he say you was wilding, nigga, you was wild.
to this day, I don't know of another person that's been that angry for that long. Because the magnitude at that moment, the magnitude of anger you had to have at that moment is just obscene, like.
Facts. He was angry driving, sitting at lights. He was angry. That's crazy. I mean, like I said, if he say he was wilding, he must have been wilding. I'm waiting for the rest of the details to come out.
Me too. But guys, this has been G.War. Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe to him, support the
Yeah.
music. Make sure y'all load and y'all stream, listen to the last introduction as well as Smoke Talk. Let's run out the numbers on both of them.
Yes.
You know, and you guys enjoy your Sunday evening. Stay blessed, stay prayed up, stay loved up. Enjoy the vices, kiss your loved ones. And I see you guys Wednesday night at 7 p.m. as we do a new episode of PVM Talk Show. And until then, I'm Dante Dash Smith. This G. War. Y'all stay blessed up and prayed up. Deuces.